No one owns the internet, but for nearly 20 years, the U.S. government has controlled the official list of every website address. As of today, the government's control is no more. The job now belongs solely to ICANN, a nonprofit based in Los Angeles and advised by a global committee that includes China, Russia, and Iran. If ICANN deletes an address, it could, in effect, delete a website, a threat that caught the eye of Texas Senator Ted Cruz.
Russia and China and Iran don't have a First Amendment. They don't protect free speech, and they actively censor the internet. ICANN could do the same thing, putting foreign countries in charge of what you can say online.
Cruz launched a countdown to the day America, quote, gives away the internet. The Donald Trump campaign joined in, hoping to, quote, save the internet.
It's a trend spooking the nation, creepy clown sightings. Now they're threatening school districts. Police and Homeland Security are investigating scary Instagram posts in Philadelphia. The posts from over the weekend all use the word clown. Some even talk about blowing up schools. The unusual reports started surfacing back in August in Greenville, South Carolina.
Right there at that tree back there.
Children told police that clowns tried luring them into woods by offering money. Since then, sightings keep increasing. On New York's Long Island, social media threats from anonymous clown accounts kept elementary children inside during recess.
Second clown, I guess he was kneeling.
Parent Kalik Owens.
Nobody knows how to defend against it because we don't know if it's a prank or if they're really trying to harm people.
Now police are using social media to track down the costumed offenders. In LaGrange, Georgia, police posted about issuing warrants for 4 people on charges of making terroristic threats and disrupting public schools. In Kentucky, this young man was arrested for trying to scare people in a ditch. Police have arrested at least 12 people across the United States for participating in menacing stunts or making false reports. In Houston, Texas, this Instagram post shows clowns threatening to kidnap students or kill teachers.
Clowns!
Thousands of college students poured out of their dorm rooms to march, chant,
I got a balloon for you. Don't you want a balloon?
and do some late-night clown hunting. Rumors of clown sightings at Penn State spread on social media, triggering the clown mob. One student tweeted, "The clowns have come to Penn State. This is not okay." And the school newspaper shared this photo of a clown projected onto campus apartments. Clown phobia is now sweeping campuses across the country after what authorities are now calling a series of social media pranks gone awry. At Merrimack College in Massachusetts, the campus was on lockdown after a Twitter report of a clown with a pitchfork in a dorm.
Japanese automaker Toyota has announced plans to sell a new doll-like robot called Kurobo Mini. The 10-centimeter tall robot supposedly has the intelligence of a 5-year-old. It can carry on simple conversations and respond to emotions. The general manager of the project, Fuminori Kotaka, says the robot can serve as a faithful companion. Pre-orders for Kurobo Mini will start in Japan later this year.
New security concerns along the border with Mexico. Customs agents say the illegal immigration crisis is getting worse and preventing officers from doing their jobs. You know, this reminds me of what we saw a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, exactly, Melissa. And this time, however, U.S. Border Patrol tells us the problem is actually worse. And this is a fairly unreported story, but the number of unaccompanied minors and family units apprehended so far are well on track to surpass the numbers from 2 years ago. And Texas is the epicenter, down in the Rio Grande Valley, where an estimated 2/3 of those entering the country illegally pass through. For context, more than 54,000 unaccompanied minors have already been processed since August, compared to a little more than 66,000 in all of 2014. You can see where they're going. So why the increase?
You have so many people that are coming in and they're being released into the country, and the word's getting back to their home country. So they're mobilizing because they don't know what tomorrow will bring, but they know that today they can cross.
And this is absolutely fascinating. When we were down at the border shooting this last week, one immigrant told me that word is spreading in Mexico and Central America to get here now, because if Donald Trump wins, the word on the street down there is that the wall will go up, things will be sealed off. So the smugglers are saying to get here now, Melissa.
Obama was handed his first veto override on September 28th as the Senate voted 97-1 and the House voted 348-77 to override President Obama's veto of the 9/11 lawsuit bill. After the dust settled, Obama's corporocratic lackeys were shell-shocked by the implications. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said nobody really had focused on the potential downside in terms of our international relationships. I think it was just a ball dropped. The legislation backfired more like it. The door has now been kicked wide open for all of the families devastated by U.S. drone strikes in the Middle East to sue the pants off of the executive branch, the CIA, and top military leaders of the U.S. government. A mountain of evidence clearly linking Obama and the Clinton-Bush crime family to drone strikes in the Middle East sits in the public record. In 2009, the New York Times reported that 3 days after taking the oath of office in 2008, Obama authorized 2 Central Intelligence Agency drone strikes in northwest Pakistan, which combined killed an estimated 1 militant and 10 civilians, including between 4 and 5 children. Obama has publicly said that the U.S. drone strikes have killed up to 116 civilians. The Bureau of Investigative Journalism puts that number closer to 800 plus. While back in 2013, Senator Lindsey Graham claimed that drone strikes had killed well over 4,700 people. All in all, the leftist bleeding heart Democrat Lord and Savior Barack Obama has launched at least 10 times the amount of drone strikes compared to George W. Bush. While the Clinton email investigation revealed that as Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton deliberated over future drone strikes in Afghanistan on at least one of her 13 mobile devices with national security threatening classified information on them. However, the first lawsuits will begin stacking up against the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The contenders are lining up. First to sue Saudi Arabia is Stephanie Ross DeSimone, the widow of Navy Commander Patrick Dunn, who was killed on September 11th when a supposed Boeing 757 that looked a lot more like a missile slammed into the Pentagon's Navy Command Center. The complaint reads, "Plaintiffs, through undersigned counsel, respectfully bring this action against the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and allege as follows. 3. Al-Qaeda's ability to conduct large-scale terrorist attacks was the direct result of the support Al-Qaeda received from its material sponsors and supporters, including the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. 4. The kingdom willingly provided material support to Al-Qaeda more than a decade leading up to September 11, 2001. With knowledge of Al-Qaeda's intent to conduct terrorist attacks against the United States, and an awareness that Al-Qaeda would use the support provided by the kingdom to achieve that objective. 5. Absent the support provided by the kingdom, Al-Qaeda would not have possessed the capacity to conceive, plan, and execute the September 11th attacks. The essential information alleging numerous Saudi Arabian charities in the funding of Al-Qaeda and Mujahideen through a globalist shadow terror network known as the Golden Chain demands the release of FBI, CIA, Treasury Department, and military data as a result of the lawsuit. Not to mention all of the previous evidence that fell through the cracks after the 9/11 Commission attempted to put the issue to bed. For instance, key evidence still exists in Southern California. The LA Times reported the alleged Southern California connection is the key to showing that Saudi Arabia financed Muslim extremists who played a direct role in supporting some of the hijackers, according to the lawyers for the families of those killed in the 2001 terrorist attacks. The families contend that lower-level Saudi operatives in Southern California helped find housing for the 2 hijackers, both Saudi citizens, Months before, they muscled their way into the cockpit of an American Airlines passenger jet that smashed into the north side of the Pentagon. The families hoped to find the evidence in thousands of classified FBI, CIA, and Treasury Department documents that could be made public as part of discovery in federal court. This is great news, America, but we need to keep their feet to the fire. The globalists have unwittingly found themselves on trial for the crimes that they committed in the name of creating a new world order police state that appears to be on the precipice of imploding.